So we had a lot of lessons today. I
Lot
feel
of
like
lessons.
we've shared a lot of real life stuff. Like, one, you're going to feel scared, keep going anyway.
Keep going.
Two, hire somebody. If you don't try to do everything yourself, unless you're
No.
Denise and you can do everything yourself, because she's been doing that, sounds like, from the beginning. Um,
I'm special.
yeah, she
In
can
all
do
the
a
way,
lot of stuff.
in all the definitions that you want to put attached to being special, I'm special.
Yeah, she
Okay?
does really
But
good content. She does good editing on her content. I can't do that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't want to. I can't. I've tried. I may do some cap cut here and there. I'm thinking about learning a little bit about YouTube, like how to do the long form. Do you do long form on CapCut?
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
On your computer?
yeah. I'm like, I don't do CapCut on my phone. Oh hell no! I don't like working on my phone. So no.
I didn't even know you could do CapCut on the
Desktop?
laptop.
Yeah. You
I've
download
been
it for the
paying for a
desktop.
CapCut and didn't even know I could put it on there. I was today years old.
Just one of these tells a part of the story. Welcome to Pages, my business and personal growth vlog.
Hey writers, it is your business book bestie, Denise Renee, and I've got a really interesting video for you today. So I just got through hanging out with my girl, Shauna Smith, the author of 7 Secret Ways to Brand Yourself. And she literally, as part of her book launch, is hand delivering, making such an amazing impression with her first 100 buyers of her book. Now, I don't know if she's making 100 hand deliveries, but she came over to my house. We chilled out on my couch over here, and we had an amazing conversation. And in the conversation, we talked about launching a book, all of the fears and all of the things that come along with it. We also talked about AirTran, rest in peace, AirTran, that got swallowed up by Southwest, and I'm about to say bye-bye to Southwest in favor of Delta. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about me not being outside. I don't be outside, child. Not for nothing. And so much more. So I think you're going to enjoy this conversation, especially if you are considering writing, self-publishing, and launching your book. So I hope that you enjoy this conversation. Pick up this book. I'll leave a link down below where you can grab your copy. And let's get into this video, y'all.
And we're in the place. We're here live.
Live.
This is so cool. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy that you came all the way to the Boondocks, all the way to the
an hour and 21 minutes.
I live in the country. Okay,
yeah,
even we so far, like I don't even
what
get
city
the
is this again?
Now,
so are we officially blogging right now? Are we talking? Is this video that we're just gonna put out there?
You had a question, and I'm gonna answer that question, and I think it'll make great content.
Okay, the question about what is a rolling launch for a book? Okay,
I'm gonna answer that.
Okay,
but I am here in my house on my couch where everything happens.
Literally.
With my girl Shauna. I had her on the channel earlier, a couple weeks, like what, January? I think it was January.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
I'll link the video to that. So check that out. We had a nice conversation. But now Shauna has actually launched her book and came to deliver it in person. That's a way to launch a book. Okay. So not only did I get my copy of my book, hold on. My signed copy of my book, hand delivered. I also got a personalized note. We also got our mug, and then we have our candle, which is
that is shining
already
bright.
Yes, that she handmade. Okay,
I did. Like
handmade.
That's big for me. Like every time I say it, my heart gets so warm and tingly.
And then we also, in the goodie bag, was also a cute little journal. And I'm always here for a cute little journal, baby, because I'm always writing.
Write your branding ideas. If you buy the book, write your branding ideas in there because they go quickly. They show up when you're on a walk, in the shower, when you get out. Write them down.
Did you buy your book? Okay, I'm gonna leave a link in the description where you can grab your copy of the book and support my girl. But so she came, she recorded some content and for her channel. So when that's available, I'll put the link in there so you can see the big reveal.
Like she's so supportive, guys. Like you guys don't really understand because I have a lot of Facebook friends, LinkedIn friends. They don't do what she does. Like she literally puts people out there. I've gotten followers from her. I mean, I just went through your channel and saw how you just promote all these people. And I just think that's lovely. And it's so unique because nobody's really out here for other people, literally. It's always what's in it for me. I get it. That's human nature. But when we do meet somebody like you, we got to celebrate you. So
Well,
I
thank
had to
you.
say that.
Don't make me cry.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't mean to, but I just was
Most
thinking.
people think that I just wake up like this. I'm like, no, baby, it's the makeup.
And
So
some amazing lighting, guys. Let me tell you, this office
lighting.
there's a lighting flowing
My
through here.
lighting. Oh my God. I feel like I'm Naomi Campbell. I'm Naomi Campbell, okay? Without the walk, just face. Okay, this lighting is everything. But anyhow,
Okay.
You started to ask me a question,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to answer it. And I was like, you know what? I know any first-time author or even 10th-time author is going to have questions, because even if you've written a book 5 years ago, what you did then to launch it is probably different from now, because 5 years ago was 2020.
Yeah.
So anything that you did for launching before 2020, that's fine, that's cool. But now we are in a different age. With different space, different things going on, and we just have to do things differently. So I said that I am doing a rolling launch. So a rolling launch first, before I get into like what I'm doing, I'd love to tell people a little bit more about what you've done in this whole like setup with
With the
launching
launching,
your book.
yes. Well, one of the things I was talking to.
And do you want some water? Because that's all I have is water, because I drink water all day long.
That's fine. I think I'm good. I have some water in the car, and
Okay.
When I'm driving, for some reason I have to use the restroom every 5 minutes.
Me too.
I don't know what that's about, but
it's that age.
Oh God!
And also,
is it?
I'm on blood pressure medication, and one of the pills is a water pill. So I drink a lot of water, and then I take a water pill. So.
Well, I know you guys didn't want to know about that, but this is the real life, and most of the audience probably is dealing with this real life. So one of the things that I was telling her was, first of all, I'm going to hire her for my next book. Let's just put that out there. Secondly, you know how you're good at something, but you're good at it for other people.
Yes.
But when it comes to you, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Yes. So I launch all kinds of businesses. I'm a marketing and branding person. I have a marketing agency.
Tell me your website.
Oh, it's www.themarketingmuse360, which is me, but the company is TMM360. And so we launch personal brands. Hence the disco ball, the disco ball with the exploding like firecracker, because it's all about like shine your light, have fun, but let's explode it with like these tips right here. But when it came to launching, I'm like, okay, I have the book, now what? Like my brain did not work. And so I told Denise about it, and she showed me a video of a woman who was going out delivering the books. And I'm like, I can do that.
Issa Rae. Well, no, not Issa Rae. It was because she was in the video. It was, Yvonne Orji.
Oh.
It was Yvonne Orji when she launched her book, Bamboozled by Jesus. She had
Bamboozled by Jesus.
Yes, okay. That was the title of her book. Oh, that is the title of her book. And she hand delivered copies to like some of her good, girlies. Jackie Aina was in the video. Of course, Issa Rae was in the video. Oh gosh, who else was in the video? There's a couple other girls, in Bozma. And I'm so dumb. I've been following Bozma for the longest time. I had no idea until a couple weeks ago that she was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was like, what's she doing there? Because I know Bozma from as a marketing girly, as a branding girly. I know her in the business world. So I've been following her for a while. And I was like, girl, what you doing over there? But anyway, so Bozma was in the video. So yeah, so now, I guess I get it, because now that when you go on a platform like that, you get to bring your brand to other people,
right?
A whole other audience of people. And I think she's coming off as villainish. I haven't watched Beverly Hills in a bazillion years. So
yeah, I haven't watched those shows. I mean, they're good. They're great for branding. Because branding is branding, good or bad. The Kardashians are the key. Like, everybody hated them, right? But not everybody, because everything they launch is $1 billion business at this point. So we hated them as some people did.
Or they buy just to find out or whatever.
Right. But at the end of the day, they were branded. And so that's what, that's my whole thing is, a lot of people are afraid to put themselves out there. And I get it. I was afraid to put my book out because believe me, this thing was done 3 years ago and 20 people bought the book and did not get the book, guys. Okay.
But now they're getting it.
They are getting the book hand delivered. And if I can't get to them, I'm mailing them. I'm mailing one today to someone in Florida. So it's not an easy feeling. I'm just going to say, as a person who's been in business 15 years, it still feels like I don't know how I'm going to feel when I drive off after leaving this book here. I don't know because this is the first one I delivered and it took me 2 weeks to deliver because I had the book. She bought the book 2 weeks ago and I was like, oh Lord. Okay. So, but I have to do it. You have to move forward with it because I think a lot of book people feel that way.
It's, eons ago, back in 2001, the other part of my life is music. And I wrote, produced, self-produced, and what do you call it in music? I produced my own CD. And I bought my 500 copies and it took a while, but I finally sold off all those copies, right?
Wow.
But it was a lot to just create the thing. And it's like you feel like you're at a finish line when you get that box of CDs, when you get that box of books, your first order, you're like, it's done. And then it's like, no, it's not done.
Exactly.
It's the beginning
of
the rest of your life. It's like having a baby. You are pregnant for forever. I did not like the process of being pregnant. But once my child was here, it's like, okay, great. But now you have to keep this baby alive. You gotta keep this baby alive. You gotta watch it grow up for the rest of its life. And that's the same thing with the book. It's like, okay, I've birthed this thing. Now I'm responsible for growing it over the next couple of months, couple of years, and for years to come. So for your launch, you are definitely celebrating your first 100 people, your first 100
That's
buyers.
it. They're going to always be my 100 people forever. And I'm not going to probably do it again for another book because this took everything in my soul. And it's happening right now as we speak. I need everybody to know that it's happening. It's not the past. It's happening. So, but I mean, I think that's special for the people who, they just bought it. I didn't do a bunch of hoopla. I didn't do a bunch of videos. I just said I had a book and they bought it. She saw that I had a book after we connected on LinkedIn. And next thing you know, I was like, Denise Renee, wait a minute. Who's Denise? She bought a book. Oh my God. And so guys, just keep flowing. And you need to hire someone like Denise because it's just not easy to do it alone. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to stay very close to her because I have a lot of books in me and I don't think I have the guts to do it alone. So I will need to call her for her to say, what do you think? Write the book. You know her voice. Her voice is going to project. She's going to sing a song and I'm going to have a book. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to sing a song.
She's going to sing a song.
This is true. This is very true. So beyond hand delivering and make it really special for your first 100 people, what else are you doing for launching?
So some of the things we were talking about was, of course, doing YouTube content around all these deliveries. So we recorded the process of me walking to her house, her opening up the thing. And so after this, I'm going in town to meet another friend who she's in a co-working space. So we're going to open it up there. And then all the different people in different environments. And I'm hoping through YouTube, that going viral, people want to be a part of it. Now they may not get this intimate delivery, but they will be able to be a part of that movement. And then from there, I will set up, like, what do you call those? The tables at events.
Okay, vendor tables.
And then I am working on a conference. So that's probably going to be the biggest part of my conference is selling my book, maybe book, quotation marks with an S, because it's going to be next year, of course. So that's I'm really going to do it organically unless somebody tells me otherwise. So we're going to find out another way this rolling launch. Let's hear what this is about because I don't know anything about it.
I've never heard of a rolling launch. I'm just rolling with it.
Oh, this is your turn.
This is my thing. This is what I'm doing to launch because as a solopreneur, as a person who juggles a lot, a full-time job, one full-time job, another part-time contract position, growing my business. And really this year, I've been more focused on finishing up my book and content marketing. Those are the things I've been focused on. And I've started like putting networking back into the mix. That's where my focus has been. And I have a few clients who come back for stuff. But I haven't been really on like a big client push. I'm really on the branding push this year. But so for me, a rolling launch is, I understand that I only have but so much time in the day. I be tired. Okay. I be tired. I be up to 2 a.m. I recorded a video and I put it up there last week. I think it has like 100 and something views already. I was like, okay.
That's really good. I saw the 300 one, the one where you got 300 views or 300 followers. Yes, right. That was such a great video. And it was hilarious. Okay, she's so funny. I don't know if you guys knew she was funny, but I don't remember her being funny. By the way, we've known each other like from a past life.
Well over 10 years.
So for us to reconnect was like just, okay, it's like I saw you last week. It was no like, oh my God. It was like, so Denise, what we doing? And it was just immediate. And I'm just, things happen for a reason. I don't really think that that's just a cliche thing. It's real. Because how does she pop up when I was talking about a book? And, this is just the beginning book. By the way, the book is a quick read. Look how thin this is. There's no excuse. I made it very action oriented. Like there's words and actions in here. And you can do it in 2 days. So I didn't want to give you no fluff. Oh, you know how you get tired of reading and be like, oh, girl, I read half the book. No, you can sit down and read that whole book in 2 days. And I want to see some action because it's your money, it's your brand. Anyway, I digress. Rolling launch. So how do we do this?
Well, how I'm doing it is because, like I said, I want to do all of the things and I have limited time, limited funds. So I have to be strategic with what I have. So my first thing is I'm like, okay, well, I was saying I did a video the other week last week of me sitting at this desk, no makeup. It was 12 o'clock in the morning and I was working on my pre-launch page. So just like setting everything up, the products in the back office. And then I decided I'm going to be selling direct to customers.
Okay.
Cutting out Amazon for now. And I'm going to make a video about why I'm choosing to sell direct to people. But you sold direct as well.
I did put it on Amazon as a way to print faster because I did realize going through other distributors, it takes longer and it's more expensive. Amazon is way cheaper and faster with delivery. And then, hey, people may buy from you, but I don't want to get caught up in the whole bestseller strategy thing that you're not really a bestseller. You kind of did some nonsense. Okay. I may do it because somebody on my team tells me to do it, but people, #1 bestseller. And you did some kind of hodgky thing where you had a bunch of people buy it in one day. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not, but I'm just not about that life. I'm just going to sell the daggone book and that's it.
That part. That's exactly why I'm just like, I'm not stressing about Amazon. It's a nice accolade to have. And it may be something that I do for a particular book in the future. I'm just not stressed out about it right now.
No, just get the book out. Because when you do that, it's another thing that blocks you from, oh my God, then I got to be a bestseller. Oh my God, then I got to do a KDP, then all this stuff. And it's like, I'm just telling you guys, we need therapy around doing a book. The more I think about it, like sitting here right now with that book over there out of my hands.
Like it's here, it's done.
It's tripping me out. Okay, but anyways, but this is good because this is real life emotions of the book. Like you don't get this often where you caught the person who sold it right then and there on the video freaking out right in front of your face. Okay. And even though I look normal, I feel cute today. Actually, I'm about to do a dress. Today. Yeah, I'm freaking out internally when I get in the car. But I feel good that I gave it to her because she's not going to judge me. She's going to just tell me some tips.
Just like, let's go.
Yes.
Like, look, boom, it's done. Like, your book is in my hands. Where's my book?
Where Where is your book? And what's the name? Can you tell us the name of it, or are you holding that back for
Oh
now?
no! I've been hinting at it. I've been talking about it for a year because I have to talk about it because otherwise I will stay, in the background with it. No, my book is called Write Your Book: 10 Mindset Hacks to Move You from Fear to Finish. In fact, if you slip that pink,
This?
no,
This?
the binder, yeah, slip it
Okay.
out from underneath my computer.
We got a computer here. We
Yeah,
got this. We got this.
yeah, that. Here's my book.
Oh, well, it's a book. You said,
Here it
where's your
is.
book? There it is.
Here it is. Okay. So yeah.
So what I love about your book is you have a real, like, what they do on TV, because what we do, we just write it on Google Docs and then we get somebody to edit it and they send us the thing back. But she did like a real old school, but for real book writers do. They have like a manuscript with notes and stuff. So what are you, is this video too long?
No.
Okay.
Have you seen videos on my channel? I've been talking for an hour. What are we talking about?
Okay, that's hilarious. So no, what I love is this here. Like I like this, but what do you just write it all out and then print it and then you just add ideas later? Like why is now that's probably a whole nother video.
That's okay.
So why you did that?
Because I'm 51.
That's the answer.
And I went to school in the last century where we still had paper and pen. And that's the way we did stuff. Okay. I still have pens. But honestly, it's just the way I've always written. Like, okay, I've always written like on a word. Yes, back in the day we had word processors. But on a word processor, then, I got to college and then it was, everything's on computer, whatever, but I always printed it out and then I make my edits by hand. I talk to my book. I talk to, the margins. I make notes and then I go back and add them in because books are a different medium, right? On the page is different from just talking. From doing a video or anything else. And it requires special handling.
It does.
It requires special handling. So that's just my process. Is that the only way? No, it's not the only way. Is it the right way? No, it's just my way. That's just me. And just like this rolling launch is just my way of doing things. So I'm finishing up I'm going to focus right now, actually this weekend, on finishing the first 3 chapters, my unedited first 3 chapters. I'm going to finish self-editing the rest of my chapters. And then I'm going to get with my editor later on in the month of May. And I want to have the edited version done by like June. I want to have that done by June. So I'm launching things piece by piece. So by the beginning of May, the end of next week, I'm going to have my first 3 chapters, unedited 3 chapters available so that you can get a taste of the book. You can get something right now because it's going to take me a while to just finish everything. And it's only a function of the time that I have and the money that I have.
Yeah.
So that's that. So then, once I finish all the edits, I pay my editor, I get that back. Then I'm able to do my audiobook. I can record my audiobook and get that ready. And then I can launch the physical copy. So everything is just going to be in stages. So
is there any pre-sales involved in this?
Heck yeah. So my pre-sale page is ready. It's just waiting for me to finish the edits on my self-edits on my first 3 chapters. So I want people to be able to purchase. When they purchase, they get something immediately. They're going to get these first 3 unedited chapters because maybe in about 2 months, then I'll have maybe 2 to 3 months, I'll have the ebook ready because I have to, once it comes back from the editor, then I have to format it. So I could be pre-selling. I will be talking and I have a whole content series ready, honey. I will be pre-selling this book. All right. So I'm making pre-sales. So people are buying, but they have something to download immediately. I'll be creating content and keeping them updated with my, with the progress of publication if I have to, just say, hey, I thought I was going to have this ready by such and such date, but now it'll be ready. So at least I'm communicating with the people who are supporting me, because that money from the pre-launch needs to help me finish with my edits, needs to help pay for like I said, many moons ago, I produced my own CD. I actually studied as an audio engineer. So I know how to record myself. So I'm going to record my own audiobook, but I have someone that I'm going to pay to master it so it sounds crispy.
So you have a microphone and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then what's next? Oh, wait. And then, then the book. So for people, I'm selling it in bundles, so you can have just the digital bundle or the celebration bundle. So I'm going to do something a little bit similar to what you did, but I'm mailing. I'm not driving nowhere. Okay. God bless her. I be in my house. I be here. Okay, this is where I be. Here on this couch working. All right.
I love it. The whole time I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about, I need to do a love seat type of death situation.
This came out of necessity, and also out of, I like to be comfortable when I work.
And you work all the time. So I work all the time too. And I need to switch it to this. So in case I want to do a Netflix moment in between where I just want to stop my brain and relax, I don't have to move. It's just like,
yeah, I literally live in my living room.
No,
but this is like,
I see the little flowers here, the calendar. Like, I love this little area. It's not even my area, and I feel at home. I'm like, is this my desk? Because this feels like it could be my desk. It's a lot going on around this desk thing that I'm looking at and listening to her talk at the same time. But I'm like scanning, like, I need this in my life. I watch. What next month she could be like, do you have a love seat behind you, Shauna? I do, because I copied you and I love this vibe. And you can invite people over to the couch.
I don't be inviting people to my house.
Well, I'm honored, because I don't think a lot of you guys will be on this couch.
No.
That'd be a good name for a podcast, wouldn't it?
What, on the couch? Yeah, but you're not coming to my house. I be here. Listen, this is my sanctuary. I be here alone, unless my son is here. Otherwise, that's it. No, this is peace. This is why I live in the country. Okay, it's so country. It can't even afford the re on the end. It's just country. Got it. So yeah, so those are the pieces. So I know that I'll be like getting things done, and as I get things done, it's like, okay, hey, this is available. And the delivery service, the digital delivery service that I use, as soon as those files are available, it will update my customers that, hey, this is available. But of course, I'll email them and let them know, or call them and hey.
What system are you using? Lulu or something like that?
No. So to go direct, I'm using Sendowl. I've used them for years for other types of digital products. So I'm like, it's just a file. Your audiobook, just files, just digital files.
So they're going to get it as almost like an ebook, basically.
Yeah. So,
and if they want a hard copy, can they get a hard copy?
Yes. So in my pre-sale, you can get the digital bundle, which will be the ebook and the audio. I'm selling them together. And then the celebration bundle you'll get the ebook, the audiobook, and you'll get the physical book when it's ready. I'm going to mail it to you. I'm going to have some, what am I doing? I'm doing special bookmarks that match the cover of the book. What else am I doing? A little notebook, a pen, and
I like the digital because I could imagine reading a book along with the person, because we listen to audiobooks all the time, but never do you ever read a book with the author. And I can imagine your voice, because are you gonna ad lib a little bit?
I don't know. I'll see.
Because Gary Vee did that and people loved it.
What's her name did it too? Leslie Jones did it too.
Oh yeah,
she's hilarious.
I think it's a way to go, because
she's like, I'll just ad libbing. I don't care. This is not gonna match the book. Whatever. I'm just telling you the story.
I mean, I would do that when I do an audiobook, because I am gonna make it an audiobook. But anyway, this is great. So a rolling launch is just small bits and pieces as you go along. They can get 3 chapters first, then that's one launch. Then the next launch is the audio piece.
It'll be the ebook.
The ebook.
It is only that way because if I wait till I have all these pieces together,
it might be this time next year.
You already know I wrote this book in 2019.
Wow.
I revised it in 2020, and then I sat on it.
So yeah, we want you to roll it out. Roll that sucker out however you need
and
to roll it out.
And then I was thinking, and then somebody asked me, who asked me? I forgot who asked me. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna have a launch party?" And I was like, I was not even thinking about that. That was not in my bingo cards. But I was like, maybe by the end of the year, by the time it's my birthday, like maybe I might have a physical
because the
party.
launch party does not have to be before the book. It can be. It was 111. It can be any time, right? Like I could have sold 100 and then invite those 100 to the launch party. Right? It doesn't have to be.
And I can get good video content out of that. And then, if new people are coming. And by that time, I'm also, people don't even know I'm working on the other books after that. It's like I'm putting a lot of effort into this first book because it is the first book that I wrote. But I got other books right after that. And I'm not going to put the same launch effort into them. They're just going to be available. It's like, oh, by the way, catch my new book. Oh, by the way, catch this.
Yeah.
But I'm putting but what's nice about it for me is that a rolling launch is also giving me a reason to continuously talk about it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I literally have a 1 month plan of content ready to go. Boom,
you already did it?
Boom. No, I didn't do it yet, but
you have the plan.
I have a plan.
Yeah, so that's what I don't have. I have to. Well, my rolling content is going to be me delivering the books. I'm even thinking about flying out to a few people. Just
on the plane, y'all.
Because I think it would be great that'd be, first of all, great content. And the people who did that for the first 5 books, that's amazing. Right. So I'm thinking, as I was sitting here with you, I was like, I mean, I can get on Spirit to Orlando for $60. That's not bad. I want to go out of town anyway. So, hey.
Spirit, though. I don't know. Spirit sucks my soul. I just can't. I think I flew them once in my life, and I was like, never.
Spirit and Frontier are a thing.
Oh.
We won't go there, but it's a thing.
If Frontier was between me and life and death, Jesus, I'm coming. Jesus, get ready to receive my spirit.
You don't like Frontier? I mean, granted, it's a whole...
If I had to take Frontier from here to Africa, baby, I'm swimming.
She doesn't like Frontier, guys. She doesn't like Frontier.
I don't even want to talk about.
And you must have had a really bad experience. I mean, they just yell at you a lot. The people at the desk are like, we told you if you don't have a bag that fits in this thing, you are not getting on this plane. Like, that's how they talk.
I'm about to put Southwest in that category because I'm like, Southwest, first of all, AirTran was my jam.
AirTran?
AirTran was my jam.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Southwest bottom.
Ew.
And what they did was, AirTran used to have a flight from Atlanta to Westchester Airport in New York, not JFK, not LaGuardia, Westchester Airport, which was perfect for me because I don't like crowds. Even though I grew up in New York City, I don't like crowds. I don't like feeling congested. So I would fly into Westchester, and basically where my mom lives in Westchester, the Westchester Airport and the JFK Airport, they're both like kind of equidistant. And I just felt like...
That's a new word.
What, equidistant?
Yeah. My son's a wordsmith type person. So I'm going to talk about that word today. Equidistant is the word of the day.
What happened was, I be talking like, IB and just like incorrectly massacring the English language on purpose.
So is that a real word?
Equidistant? Yeah.
I love that word. Anyway.
But then I speak in, like real actual vocabulary words. Like I'm an English major. Like I paid $100,000 for my education. Anyway, which one? I gotta pay them folks. Still, 51, still student loans. Yeah, it's like that. Anyway, so it was a nice flight. I was like, yes, and then Southwest took them over and they got rid of that flight, and I was like. But I was like, okay, but at least we got 2 bags free. And I would be on when my flight's coming, as soon as 24 hours before that flight, I was on there and I was signing in. So I had my A boarding spot. I knew what to do. But now they're taking away that. They're taking away the 2 free bags. I'm like, really? Wow.
So you can't just go on like A, B, C, D kind of thing.
They're changing that sometime this year.
So that you just get a seat.
Yeah, you get your regular seat, no free bags anymore. And I'm like, baby, I may as well just fly Delta because at this point in time, like, forget it.
Delta that's something. I don't like to have to figure out what my seat's going to be. It's like too much stress. You get on, you got to look at people's face and be like, am I going to sit with you? No.
I'd be home. I'd be home.
I feel you.
I'd be
This
home.
is very comfy. It's very quiet and peaceful. I see why you be home.
Cunch. I'm in the cunch. Okay.
So we had a lot of lessons today. I feel like
lessons.
we've shared a lot of real life stuff. Like, one, you're going to feel scared. Keep going anyway.
Keep going.
2, hire somebody. If you don't try to do everything yourself, unless you're
No.
Denise and you can do everything yourself, because she's been doing that, sounds like, from the beginning. I'm
special.
Yeah, she
In
can
all
do
the
a
way,
lot of stuff.
in all the definitions that you want to put attached to being special, I'm special.
Yeah, she
Okay?
does really good content. She does good editing on her content. I can't do that. I don't want to. I can't. I've tried. I may do some cap cut here and there. I'm thinking about learning a little bit about YouTube, like how to do the long form. Do you do long form on CapCut?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On your computer?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't do CapCut on my phone. Oh, hell no. I don't like working on my phone. So no.
I didn't even know you could do CapCut on the
desktop. Yeah.
I've been paying for a CapCut and didn't even know I could put it on there. I was today years old. So tonight when I get home, guess what I'm going to do? See what I can do with damn CapCut.
I do not pay for CapCut. I did start paying for Riverside though.
What's Riverside? Riverside
is people use it a lot for podcasting and for live streaming. I tried it for live streaming. That was an epic fail. So I had to figure that out.
Do you use StreamYard?
I used to use StreamYard. I'm not using them anymore. They changed hands, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
So I don't know about that. And then also, what I like about Riverside is that you can record and edit, and then you do get a lot of AI editing tools, and you can also stream through them. So I'm like, and their pricing is a little bit similar. So I'm like, I feel like I get more out of Riverside.
Okay.
And so for right now, even though I haven't locked into streaming just yet, I'm like, I'm getting enough just out of the editing tools. It makes it easier for me to record into it and get my rough edit done. They have like an AI tool, so it'll cut out all the spaces. So I'll sit here and I'll yap for 20 minutes, but there's a whole bunch of spaces. I'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, what do I want to say next? Right? I'm pretty good about recording because, like, even when I freeze, I'll just like freeze in that spot, and I'm like, okay, when I figure out my thought, I keep going so that
because Riverside will put it together with AI, or you know how to do that.
Well, I mean, even if I'm just editing it myself by hand, but it takes time to like make those cuts and cut out those big spaces, and then go back in and fine tune it and then make the cut well where it flows really nicely. So I may have recorded for 20 minutes, but it really comes down to like a 12-minute video, which happens all the time.
So even though this video is about probably gonna be 40 minutes.
Oh, I'm not editing this.
Oh, this is just going up.
It's going up.
Wow, that's gonna be good because there's some shenanigans going on in this video.
Lots of shenanigans, and I'm not taking it out. Like because if I have to think about editing this, it'll be like my book. 5 years later.
Did you turn 65? Like
5 years later, maybe you'll get this video. Like, hell no. I'll probably put this up. I'll put it up.
And you know what? I really like the whole podcast, the way it started. You remember the old way of doing podcasting? Is you just got on the microphone and you had conversations.
That's it. That's all.
It's not now. It's more like interviews and stuff. But I want to do a podcast where I get my people together and we just chit chat. We talk about airlines, AirTran, relationship, whatever we're talking about. It all goes back to business.
Listen, I be here alone. Okay? Alone. I am not in these dating streets. I can't. I cannot.
Well, how's somebody going to find you though?
They better be working for Amazon. They better knock on my door. But they don't even knock on my door. I came outside and I had an Amazon package. I was like, oh, they didn't even knock.
Well, I'm going to invite you. I'm going to invite you to some networking events.
My long guy, he's married. So, I don't know.
I'm going to invite you to some networking events. Just 2. Can you come out?
I'll be home.
It's one that's going to be, people need to write books.
I'll be home. Listen, you better find my YouTube channel, baby. No, I have been making networking more of a priority this year. So
have you gone to one though is the question. I hear, people say I've been making it a priority this year. My question is, Did you? I mean, first of all, it's gonna be a lot of hitting of the microphone. I'm sorry.
I even started, I've been part of a group for about more than a year, Atlanta Solopreneurs. And the person who was leading the virtual events, she stepped back from that. So I volunteered to do it. So I'm like, I don't have to leave this couch to network.
Oh, because now you're doing it. Okay, so that's where you.
So I do that one. I do my Hype HQ one, which actually we have an event going on right now. I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry. But anyway, and then I do, what's her name? Kaden. She had one a couple days ago. I totally missed it because I was not paying attention.
I was
to my
there.
emails. I missed it in my email. So I was like, oh, that was.
Were you going to go?
I would have, but I missed it.
Okay, well, I have one I want you to come to. It's called We Up.
Okay, when is that?
The next one's going to be May.
May what?
May. I think we have a meeting discussing. It's going to be May 23rd, I believe.
Because I work at night. I work from 3:30 to midnight. So unless it's a Monday or a Tuesday, I can't go. That's the other thing. I'd be like, yeah, I work at night. Sorry, I can't go.
With the smile. Did you see the smile? It's like, thank God. I got ish to do. It's not gonna happen. But
I got a book to launch. I'm baking a book. Okay? I'm baking a book. I'm baking a business. Okay? All right? I'm working on getting rid of all of the jobs. Okay? I'm looking to get one job. That's my business. All right? So I'm doing the things I gotta do to build my brand. I'm building my brand on YouTube.
You're doing YouTube now. You're inspiring me to do YouTube too. Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
This has been a journey, and I was like, I'm like, when you're young, you double dutch, right?
Yes.
And it works a turn, and you be like,
we all know what it is, right? You get your hands ready.
I'll get you ready, girl. Just get in the rope. So this year I just got in the rope. All right. And I'm just like, look, I'm just going ham on it.
And you're doing it. Like you're growing, and I'm seeing the comments.
And
so it's like real life, because I've never met anybody in person who started it and it's actually moving, and I see it growing every week. And so I'm like, this is doable. And it's actually something worth putting your time in, because if you do it for years, it's going to pay dividends, honey.
And you know what it is? And that video that blew up for me last month, I did get, although it was kind of like a wide audience, I did get one person specifically who signed up to have a consultation with me from that video. Like, he cited that it was because of that video. I was like, and 100 more of him after that, please. I love the proof of concept, right? But I think about, like, I've been on YouTube double dutching since 2014, 15 or 16, something like that, on my other channel. And I would be consistent for a little while, and then I'd be discouraged because nothing was moving. And then, I'd stop, jump in for a little while, I get motivated, then get discouraged and stop. And I realized, I was like, if you had been consistent this entire time, and this is the other thing that really kicked me into getting my book. I'm like, what if you had put your book out back in 2020 when you had written it?
And
where would you be right now? Where would your brand be right now? What opportunities would you be getting right now? Would you be on? Because I feel like I'm like really like working. And there's a time for that. But I'm like, I want to get into the ease part, right? But it's like, you got to build a brand. So it's like, if you had these things in place, if you had been consistent with YouTube from way back when, even if you shifted the focus of your channel, you'd have still had an audience of people that was coming along with you.
Yeah.
So that keeps me motivated to, number one, be consistent. And then number two, be more intentional with my strategy, with what my content is, what I'm titling my videos, what the thumbnails are, like everything. I'm being so super intentional about everything, because if nothing else, what I want to drive home in my brand is that I can help you write a book. I think I commented that on one of your posts a couple weeks back, when you're like, when you think about what do you want people to know you for, I want people to know that I can help you write a book, no matter what. And I don't mind you knowing that from now for the next 50 years of my life, because I love writing, I love books, Eventually, we're gonna bring the music back. But for me, music is more like, I'm gonna just put it out there. If you like it, buy it, great, and support it. If you don't like it, that's okay. I love it. Right. But
are you a jazz singer, kind of like?
I love jazz.
Because I was at a jazz thing at the High Museum, and the lady was singing, and I was like,
oh yeah, the monthly things that they do over there. Yeah, I like those events.
and the lady, she was singing, and I thought about you, and I was like, is this the kind of singing that Denise can do? Like, what's your style of singing? Is it like a Jill Scottish, or is it like a Anita Baker, or is it like a SZA? Where are we at?
I'd probably be more old school. Like my style of music in general, I like to call it urban eclectic because it's very much informed by gospel because I grew up in church. Very much informed by jazz because I discovered jazz when I was like 8 or 9 years old on the radio and haven't stopped listening since.
Wow.
Also influenced by, you know, Caribbean rhythms, Caribbean sounds, Spanish sounds, because where I grew up in the Bronx, I always was around like Dominican and Puerto Rican communities. So like just walking down the block, you see the old men out there with the congas and right? So like those rhythms, like, love it. And the food, oh my God, la comida, the chuletas, oh my God. The arroz con gandules, the maduros, the tostón. That's the only Spanish I know is the food.
I thought she was getting ready to go somewhere.
No, baby. I just know my order. Okay, when I go home to the Bronx, all right? Listen, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting my chuletas. I'm getting my my pernil. And I'm getting my arroz con gandules. And I bring it right back here in Georgia and enjoy my food. Okay.
Back to her house where she doesn't leave.
Damn straight.
And she has a new candle here.
I have a new candle.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. It is.
Okay,
it's
okay.
Very nice. It's doing its thing. So yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for coming and spending time with me,
this
delivering my book,
yes,
and chit-chatting with me on the spot.
We recorded the chit-chat. We were going to chit-chat, and it became recorded.
And I was like, pull up the phone.
Because we were going to talk about interesting things, guys. So hopefully you found
we had the conversation. We had the conversation on here, but that's it. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, lots of things. Toodaloo!